An easy way to create a twist on a retelling is to take a character's actions, but give them a different motivation for doing those actions, which is exactly what I did in my Little Red Riding Hood retelling, Blood is Silent. Now, we know in the original Little Red Riding Hood, it's about a girl who goes into the woods to bring food to her sick, elderly grandma, and along the way, she meets the wolf and all the things happen. In my story, it takes place inside of a circus. So our Little Red Riding Hood is a circus aerialist, and her grandmother is actually the talent scout, talent manager. She is the one who comes in and she can identify when people have particular talents or things that she can foster and grow into a really cool act. She's in charge of the color that they are assigned. She's in charge of what they're going to wear. She basically oversees things. Now, there is an owner to this circus and they are not connected to him, but there is also a rival circus, and so there's a lot that goes on with that. My Red Riding Hood has to perform in the circus one night, and when she's done with her act, she realizes that her grandmother isn't back. Now, because her grandmother is in charge of basically everything, she has a lot of leniency. There's a lot that she can do that the other people can't do. And that also involves her wandering off. She is able to, while the circus is happening, or not when the circus is happening, go off whenever she pleases. Into town, into the woods, she can go and look for new talent. Or she can source materials for the costumes. She can do whatever she likes. And she's a little bit of a flighty airhead. And wandering off really is her thing. Like, that's what she does. And she comes back and magical stuff happens inside of the circus because they give her that freedom. However, our grandmother has been out a good long time. She has not been back in a while, and now we're all starting to get a little worried. So our Red Riding Hood goes off into the woods to try to find her grandmother. She is specifically looking for where she has wandered off to. And everybody assumes, including her, that she is off talent scouting, that things are happening. But when she gets into the woods, she discovers that may not be the case. And of course, she's joined by some people from the circus who are going to help her out. They, somewhere along the lines, end up coming face to face with the wolf that could be one of a lot of different things. And so we have this motivation that in the original was just to go and bring food to a sick grandma, nice little girl doing nice little things, to a very worried granddaughter who is very responsible for the things that she does, very, very capable of doing a lot of different things, off into the woods now with a helper to find her grandmother and bring her back to make sure she's safe, because at this point we're a little bit worried. She's gone off, and she's not, I mean, she is an airheaded kind of person, but she is not the kind of person to go and get lost or something like that. If she is not back in a timely-ish fashion, something is wrong. Something has happened to her. She is hurt. Something went wrong. And so they have to go and find her. They have to go and figure it out. Not everybody's super concerned, but some people are super concerned, and there's a lot that goes into it. And so the owner of the circus does stamp of approval with that and tells Red to go and find her grandmother. And it's a whole vibe inside of this story. But that is not the only twist I put inside of this story. We're actually going to do other videos on how you can be creating retellings by doing something else that can change the entire course of the story, very much like it did for this story. But right now, drop your questions about Red Riding Hood, my Red Riding Hood story, Blood is Silent. Ask your questions about how I learned about circus life and aerialist training and all of those things, and follow along for daily videos helping you navigate the world of your reading, but also your writing, your publishing, and your marketing to make this your most profitable year ever with the least amount of stress and overwhelm and time commitment as you are creating your content. This is a really fun one for me to write. I would love to talk about it with you, and I'll see you in our upcoming episodes.